Hello everybody, my name is Troublemaker. This is Wargame Cup 2012 coverage, a tournament put on by Eugen Systems, sponsored by Intel. Crazy big prizes, but we have quite the interesting match today. This one's between the blue player Allcuza and the PACT player Maxigenuous. Of course, I have covered both these players in the past, and here's an interesting fact. A very interesting fact. Whoever wins this game actually goes on to face Komaromi. Isn't that kind of scary? To be one of these guys and knowing that you're going to be facing one of the best players in the world after this game. So that's something. We'll see if either of these are really up to the test. Both of them in the last round played relatively averagely, but we're playing against mediocre opponents. And look at this, right off the bat, Smirch, Maxigenous. This map, of course, is actually quite good for Smirch and good for artillery in general, and good for a lot of really maneuver all-in based tactics, period. So far, most people in the tournament, though, have been playing this map relatively sanely, and this map does have a lot of good strategic options, which mostly involve camping out in this line here. Yeah. There are some weaknesses on the map, not really weaknesses, but positional inequalities. The first is that there's a town here that infantry can jump in and completely stop the enemy and have lots of cover, and it's actually quite scary. And there's also the problem that the forest here is in between Charlie and Delta, and there's none between Golf and Delta. So it's just small inequalities, but they do matter. So that's something to consider. So starting off with a lot of aircraft, actually carrying a lot of units, and this feels a little all-inish. Does he have any commands here? He's got a flying command, so kind of interesting way of playing here from Maxigenous, something that I haven't seen quite yet. And this Gazelle might get picked off. Nope, just gets out of the way. And here we go. Lots of infantry flying down the middle of the map with some Martyr Rolands. So a lot of this stuff could actually get picked off if these Rolands do react in time. And here they go. They're moving into positions to try and cut off this big giant group of infantry and helicopters. And here's the surprise. Most people see something like this, they wouldn't even think like that's all infantry, but here we are, and that is all infantry. And the Rolands are winding up. He's got to unload these infantry very fast, and here he goes. He's unloading them. They're all coming down. And vefed Kare all out in the open, all very easy to take down. And the helicopters are defending these infantry as they try to get into a position to lock Bravo. Now, all the while, we see that Allcuza is actually moving his forces up north here and trying to take out the northern position. So this might just backfire on Maxigenous. Allcuza might get a better position. He's actually flanking us around the back as well as these vefed slowly move forward. There isn't a command here. It's actually parked in the woods here, waiting for this battle to end. And looks like most of the helicopters have been cleaned up. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up all these vefed, which, of course, won't be too hard, but at the same time, he doesn't have a lot here. And it looks like he's just going to try and rush these vefed into the towns here and keep a permanent position here. So Allcuza really reaping the benefits of Maxigenous not really able to put on this position. And look at this, he's rushing TPC Fuchs forward. He realizes that this was very all-in, and he's pushing forward to try and wipe out this helicopter command, which of course is annoying to deal with in and of itself. And we see infantry fighting vehicles moving forward. He's actually bringing the command forward. He's going to take this forward position, so I'm guessing he needs reinforcements. And it looks like this recon might get taken out. I don't know if he should move this command forward just yet. Kind of scary. The command is quite armored, and this Gazelle just not doing anything right now. Needs to. Chasseurs Famas moving forward. Try and wipe this out. And here we go. Chasseurs Famas versus vefed. Looks like the Chasseurs Famas have a big thing, but oh my god, something big happened here. Looks like all the infantry have been deployed and have been dropped, and whoa, they got the command. No, the command is still here. It's flying away though. And looks like this whole position is gone. The helicopter is forced to retreat, and more battle tanks are actually moving forward. Might run to the Sparo Konersky, and in fact will? No. Yes, it will. No losses on the tank fronts, but some of these carriers are gone back down to here. Looks like these vefed are going to get cleaned up relatively quickly here. One's routed, another one's running forward. The Chasseurs Famas are doing the job they need to do. And the Vaitakari just rushing through these little towns. Some kind of weird grid marks on this territory here. No doubt that's the war marks. And the final groups of Vaitakari, so we're getting wiped out. This gazelle is not really in trouble anymore. A few lucky rockets have put these Vaitakari into retreat and are stunned in this building. So, wow. Allcuza very successfully playing against a build that basically no one would have ever heard of. And these Smirches, of course, the build might not be that well planned, mostly because there's two Smirches here, which of course are like 160 each. Those are very valuable units, and obviously they should have been put into play somewhere, and they weren't. So speaking of commands being very close to gazelles, as he takes golf, this helicopter here might move into position to take it, and looks like tank destroyer moving forward, and oh, more gunship helicopters coming out. He might actually go clean up most of this location with these gunship helicopters, but Allcuza will definitely be losing these tank destroyers. Tank destroyers, of course, are not that valuable in this particular scenario, mostly because the only tanky unit on this map is actually the Smirches and a few of the units back here. Not much left on the map for it, and whoa, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's the chase down. Of course, the command helicopter is actually faster than the Gazelle, so you can actually retreat relatively easy. And we see the two helicopters are going to try and chase down this Gazelle. Obviously, 2 versus 1. The one has a victory, but whoa, Gazelle might have a slightly larger range. Is that possible? Is it possible Gazelle could actually kite these Mi-24Ds around? Kind of crazy. This poor group of Vaitakari is the only one left. Looks like they're going to get a few lucky pot shots off on something. Yes, in fact, they are on the shots with Komaromi. I guess they have a larger range. I never knew that. The Bradleys, though, coming in to clean these up. Just chilling out next to these downed helicopters. Saying like, yeah, we did this. We put down these helicopters. There were no pilots in here. We just killed them all. So how can Maxigenous get himself out of this one? Keep in mind, the game is not that far behind. It's only 300 points behind, so he's going to need a lot of lucky smirch shots. Let's see this first round of smirch rocket launching. Will he hit anything valuable? The rockets, of course, do relatively well against tanks. Looks like he's going for a very long distance smirch shot. Like insanely long distance, actually, looking at these rockets. And, ooh, got a couple of hits there. 2 stunned vehicles, but no real kills. He's got the Smirch just chilling out next to this FOB. And whoa. Command helicopter might just run over this Fern Speyer. One of the downsides to this command helicopter is actually it cannot settle in the woods here, and it has to actually be out in the open, which is very easy for it to get knocked down. One helicopter goes down from the Shepherd now, and the Fern Speyer is actually coming into position as well to wipe out the other helicopter. And he's got to get this command helicopter out of here fast. And it looks like it's rising up. The Fern Speyer winding up and gets the helicopters. So now Maxigenous is pretty much screwed, and it's pretty much certain that Allcuza will be facing Komaromi in the next round. Of course, the next round's actually the one that that decides beta access. So I had to look this up, and that's actually the truth. So we're going to have to see something special from Allcuza if he wants to take a game off of Komaromi. So now it's all about a hotel and this very weakly defended position from Allcuza. We're going to have to see some sort of movement of units. Try and deal with this. There is a single or 2 flanking infantry carriers coming around the back. Slowly. And they might come into play. There are some Lod Stingers here, but of course Lod Stingers don't really shoot at infantry units. And he might actually be going in for this, which would not be as good. Nope, he's actually going to go all... Nope, there we go. He's definitely going in to take on these 2 Chasseurs Hamas. And a decent number of units defending this. 1 Deagle down, 2 down, Alba Mobile Shoki down. So let's pretend for a second that this game is still going on in 10 times speed. Smirch winding up again. Because the only thing that can really win the game for Maxigenous now is some lucky smirch shots, and that's pretty much why he's still staying in this. If he can kill off the 2 commands with his smirch, he can actually still win. Oh, looks like... And that's actually exactly what he's going to do. He's just going to chill out here and try to win this with some lucky smirch shots. He's running out of supply though, so this might not last too long. And here we go. 4 AIM-X 90L tanks rolling down with 8 AIM-X 30B tanks. And this could be the end of the world. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what he's doing. He's actually giving Maxigenous a route back into the game, it looks. But hold the phone, we have some more AIM-X's rushing forward, French spares coming along the corners, wiping out every single unit he has. And we have some Zalos, tank destroyers coming in, wipes out that big, giant, expensive group of units. And looks like this will be the end, my friend. The Smirches are completely out of ammunition, and actually being attacked by artillery fire. And it's just a matter of getting this command, but instead he's going for the Smirch. And actually, yeah, before anything that can happen, Maxigenous decides to leave in defeat. So yeah, next round, round 4, will be Allcuza versus Komaromi. That should be pretty exciting. So join in tomorrow. I'll have more games. But for today, that's gonna be pretty much it. See you guys later.